Hello, this is Luminousz. Welcome to my channel. All of you who are first-time visitors, welcome. Join the Star family by hitting that subscription button below. We would love to have you a part of the Star family. All of you who are current subscribers, thank you, my stars. Thank you for inspiring me and motivating me to keep this channel active. All of you who are visiting, I wish you the very best. All of you who are current subscribers, of course, I wish you the very best. Okay, today's video, we're going to talk about narcissists do not wish to be known or understood by others. Please mind the description box below where you will find details to this video. Please like and share this video. First point, the shenanigans in the unhealthy relationship with narcissists will continue to flourish due to his or her obsession and addiction to keep the false self-image alive. Narcissists and or cluster B personalities are very crafty at emotional manipulation. Therefore, he or she can attract those who are looking to be loved. The problem is not beginning relationships with others, it's keeping them. So narcissists and cluster B personality, they tend to have a lot of people around him or her. See, they don't have a problem starting an unhealthy relationship because they tend to have a lot of them. What the problem is they cannot keep the relationships going because some people wake up to the shenanigans, to their sources of supply tactics, and all of the drama that comes along with it. The narcissist and the cluster B personality, they don't tend to learn from their mistakes. They lack foresight. So the narcissist and the cluster B personality, they are very, very crafty at emotional manipulation because they lack emotional regulation. They don't know how to emotionally regulate. They don't know how to sustain their own energy body. This is because their emotions of jealousy, fear, hatred, and anger is what flourishes. This is what they express and feel almost on a daily basis. So the narcissist and the cluster B personality, they operate from fear and they tend to operate from a lower vibrational frequency because their emotions, which is energy and motion, tends to be of a lower vibrational frequency, such as anger. Okay, let's move on. Some may begin to feel a lack of confidence with beginning relationships with others due to fear of becoming the narcissist after being around him or her for so long. This is natural. The desire to have healthy relationships but lacking the knowledge of how to do so is a common occurrence amongst those who have had an unhealthy relationship with a narcissist or cluster B personality. So it is very common. It is very natural to feel some doubts and to feel some fears after having been involved with a narcissist for a long time. It is very natural to have a lack of confidence in beginning with new relationships. Well, first of all, you have to look at the relationship you just had with a narcissist. See, all of us who have relationships, whether those relationships are deemed good or bad, there is energy flowing in those relationships, okay? Because we're all comprised of energy. So all of the energy that was accumulated in those relationships, they have to be cleared before starting new relationships. Most of us forget this. I've done this, okay? So when we have new relationships, we don't think about the prior relationship we just had. Not too much. We don't think about clearing the energy. And sometimes we often wonder why there seems to be an overshadowing of this new relationship. This is also why we are afraid to start new relationships with people who show us that they are trustworthy. We still back away. This is because the low energy cycle from the narcissist in the previous relationship has not been broken. It hasn't been cleared. So there may be signs of a lack of confidence, some fear, some doubts. Okay, this is natural. This is also common. The unhealthy relationship with narcissists is not your typical unhealthy relationship. So don't beat yourself up if you are feeling a little bit fearful right now. You may be feeling a lack of confidence. That's normal. That's natural. So just take small steps to overcome that. Give yourself time and be patient with yourself. After all, you may need that right now. The narcissist and the clumsy personality that you were just involved with, were they patient with you? Probably not. Did they seem to care that you may need a little time? They probably didn't. So give yourself some TLC right now. If you feel that lack of confidence, just know that it is natural. Just know that you are not alone. Just know that it's very common to feel some fear and feel some doubts. So it's very natural to feel what you're feeling right now. You may desire to have new relationships, but you have to factor in what you've just gone through. I don't care if it was 5 years ago or more. You have to factor in what you have gone through when you were involved with a narcissist, because you were adversely affected. All of us go through this who have been involved with a narcissist and the clumsy personality. So you're not alone. But let me ask you this. How do you know that you cannot have a great relationship with others if you don't give yourself that chance and try? See, a lot of us are lucky if we even have 1 or 2 good friends. I'm just going to keep it real. Okay? We live in that world today. You're lucky if you even have 1 or 2 good friends. However, don't let that discourage you from reclaiming your life and giving yourself the chance to have relationships with people who show themselves to be trustworthy. They are out there. Okay? The world is full of people who can have amazing relationships with you, but you will never know that until you give yourself that chance to try. Okay. The unhealthy relationship with the narcissist and or clumsy personality is not a typical unhealthy relationship. Therefore, it is not unusual to have some fears or doubts about investing in new and healthy relationships with others. By choosing to start a better relationship with self may prove to be a real game changer. How will you know others if you do not know yourself? Let's move forward. The narcissist and clumsy personality has vowed not to love anyone. He or she has also chosen to detach from the part of themselves that enables empathy for others. This means that the narcissist and clumsy personality has no interest of connecting with others in a meaningful way. Those who dare to try to connect with him or her are seemingly punished by the narcissist or the clumsy personality. So the narcissist and the clumsy personality, they do tend to punish, so-called punish others for showing any genuine love towards him or her. This is something that seems to also be quite common. It's unfortunate, but again, it seems to be quite common when we're talking about the narcissist or the clumsy personality. So they don't love anyone because they vowed not to love anyone. This has nothing to do with anyone else. This is something that the narcissist and or clumsy personality has chosen to do. They made that vow. Nobody made them make that vow. So he or she has also chosen to detach from that part of themselves, which will enable them to feel empathy and even love for others. That has nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with me. And it has nothing to do with anyone else except the narcissist or the clumsy personality. Let's move forward. Most narcissists and or clumsy personalities know what or who they are. They are very aware that they have a predatory nature. However, he or she justifies this by seeing the benefits of their behavior. These individuals tend to operate from a place of fear, which is a lower vibrational frequency. His or her lack of consciousness is what he or she can hide behind in order to dodge being responsible for their dysfunctional behavior. So the narcissist and the clumsy personality, they absolutely dodge all kinds of responsibilities. So they're going to hide behind their lack of having a conscience. They tend to have a guilty complex rather than a guilty conscience. A person who has a guilty conscience is a person who had a conscience to begin with. The narcissist lacks the conscience. Okay? They lack the ability to feel empathy and also love for others. So when you factor all that in and they have that lack of consciousness, they're going to hide behind that. and they're going to justify their dysfunctional behaviors. The narcissist and or cluster B personality, they do tend to hide behind their lack of consciousness. Most narcissists and cluster B personalities, they know who they are. They know they have a predatory nature. Therefore, they justify their behavior, their dysfunctional behavior, and they see the benefits in it. This is often why he or she does not change. First of all, because he or she sees the benefits in their dysfunctional behavior. It gets them the source supply. Secondly, not too many people will challenge the narcissist and cluster B personality. Thirdly, the narcissist and cluster B personality lacks the consciousness. They lack foresight. They kind of go hand in hand. They lack foresight, therefore they lack the consciousness, equals to them not learning from their mistakes. So once again, he or she will hide behind their consciousness in order to dodge any responsibility for their dysfunctional behavior. This is so appealing to most narcissists and those who have a cluster B personality. They do not like to be known by others because it'll prove that he or she is only human and not that special at all. Narcissists detest being like others and being seen as ordinary. Being seen and thought of as ordinary or just human like others is perceived as a threat to the narcissist's false self-image. Anyone who challenges the narcissist and or cluster B personality in this way will more than likely be punished by him or her without remorse. So the narcissist and cluster B personality, they detest being seen as ordinary. They don't like to think that they're just human having a human experience. They don't like to be challenged. They definitely don't like their false self-image to be threatened. Anyone who challenges the narcissist and or cluster B personality in that way more than likely will be met with some sort of punishment. The narcissist and cluster B personality, they frown upon those who dare to challenge him or her, okay, in any kind of way, shape, or form, even if it's not intentional. The narcissist and cluster B personality don't think that they're ordinary. They love to be thought of as a person who is not like anyone else. They love to be thought of as special. They see themselves this way. So everybody around him or her, they better get with the program or else. Okay, let's move on. Tool number 1. Take steps to become more comfortable with who you are instead of attempting to convince the narcissist that you are worthy and good enough. Second tool, attempt to make decisions without the narcissist's input. Do not share the highlights of your life with him or her. He or she never knew you. How can they know what's best for you? Third tool, discontinue to spend time, finances, and energy attempting to invest in an unhealthy relationship. That's what I meant to say. Okay, discontinue to spend time, finances, and energy attempting to invest in a relationship with a narcissist and or cluster B personality. You are being used. I want to go right to that last tool. You are being used. If we're talking about the narcissist and the cluster B personality, I don't care if this is friend. I don't care if this is someone who's a coworker. I don't care if it's your supervisor. I don't care if it's a spouse or even a family member. You are being used if this person is a cluster B personality and or a narcissist. They really don't know you. They pretend to know you. But think about it. How can they really know you? Now I'm jumping to tool number 2. How can they really know you when they have detached from that part of themselves that feels empathy and love for others? So when we're talking about the narcissist and the cluster B personality, yes, no matter who they are to you, no matter what role they play in your life, you are being used. So discontinue to spend time, finances, and energy attempting to invest in an unhealthy relationship with him or her. Because if you're talking about the narcissist and cluster B personality, that relationship will be toxic, dysfunctional, and very unhealthy. Okay, there's just no way around it. Narcissists and cluster B personalities, they don't do healthy relationships. So while you're spending time, money, and your energy on him or her, guess what? They're using you. That's what you get in exchange for your hard-earned money in your energy and your time. So try to take steps to discontinue spending time, finances, and energy on him or her. Second tool, attempt to make decisions without the narcissist's input. The narcissist has no interest in your overall well-being. He or she cannot know what's best for you simply because they don't understand you. They don't want to know you. The narcissist and cluster B personality, they may know what and who they are. At the same time, they cannot possibly know who you are because they have detached from that part of themselves that feels empathy and also can love someone else. Part of loving someone else is to have empathy for him or her, is to know him or her. A narcissist and cluster B personality, they have no interest in knowing you. Now, here is a twist. He or she may know some of your flaws. He or she may know some of the things that you're insecure about. And the reason why that is because they mimic and they study you in order to gain source supply. The things that a person is insecure about has absolutely nothing to do with their true identity. A narcissist and cluster B personality cannot really know you because, first, they have no interest of really knowing you. They may have full knowledge about some of the mistakes you've made in life. They may have full knowledge of some of the things that you are insecure about. However, he or she, they really don't know you. So how can they know what's best for you? This goes for every narcissist and cluster B personality that you may have had contact or a relationship with. Doesn't matter what role they have played. If this is a narcissist or cluster B personality, how can they really know what's best for you? If anything, they will try to sabotage what's best for you. First tool, take steps to become more comfortable with who you are instead of attempting to convince the narcissist that you are worthy and good enough. Think about it. The narcissist and or cluster B personality, they have no interest of knowing you. They only have interest in being supplied by you. In other words, they see you as a person that is like a emotional punching bag, a person who is a human wastebasket. They are out to only use other people. That's it. So take steps to become more comfortable with who you are. You don't need the narcissist's input. You may desire their input. You may desire for him or her to know you very well. You may desire for him or her to pay you compliments or to see something good in you. That's natural. However, when we face reality, we know that the narcissist has no real interest to know anyone. The narcissist may point certain things out to us that we need to learn. However, they really don't have any interest of having a deep connection with others. The narcissist and cluster B personality, they are ordinary. They're not that special. The narcissist and cluster B personality can easily be used as a vessel to help someone to learn a very valuable lesson, just like all of us can. The narcissist and cluster B personality, they are not that special. They can be used as a vessel to help someone learn something in order to thrive forward, just like everyone else can be used as a vessel. All of us meet each other for a real purpose. Everyone who has come into your life, they came into your life for a purpose. The narcissist and the cluster B personality is not excluded. They are ordinary. They are not that special. As long as they are in this flesh, they can be used as a vessel. Absolutely. Some people may not agree with me, and that's okay. The narcissist and cluster B personality is a person that will continue, if they are given the chance, to have you think that you are not good enough, to have you think that you are not worthy. They will reinforce your insecurities. They're not responsible for your insecurities. However, they will influence the reinforcement of insecurities if they are given the chance. The only way they're going to get that chance is if you comply and if you are showing up, being available to him or her in the unhealthy relationship. So take steps to know yourself and become more comfortable with your own identity instead of attempting to convince the narcissist that you're good enough and that you're worthy. This is something that you have to come to know for yourself. The narcissist doesn't give one iota about that. They don't care. They don't care. And this is something that a lot of us have come to realize through trial and error. Okay, having said all that, I want to thank everybody for joining me today or tonight, wherever you may be. And of course, I wish you the very best. I'm Luminousz Star. Stay tuned for more videos.